they will be missing Osimhen, right? He apparently will not be part of the match, and they also won't have Nathan Teller, who is also not going to be part of the match as well. But Nigeria has a lot of depth. I don't even think that's going to affect them too badly because they have a lot of depth. They have a lot of depth, guys. It's not going to affect them too much. Let's be honest. They still have Volukman. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag, and you are here with your favorite host, Deshane, and we are shooting our episode of course from Aslo Studios as always, so they can definitely lace you up with anything media wise if you're in Pretoria. And in today's episode of course we are going to go ahead and review the upcoming match, FIFA qualifier of Nigeria versus South Africa. That's the first one we're going to cover, and then afterwards we'll go ahead and cover the match against Zimbabwe as well. But for this one, we're going up against Nigeria on Friday, right? So let's go ahead and preview the match. Let's just start off with Nigeria, of course. This is the first time, South Africa and Nigeria have come up and met each other since the AFCON, right? This was in the semi-final? Yeah. So they made in the semi-final. Nigeria, of course, narrowly coming out on top. And so it's going to be the second time they meet. So these are two teams that are very, very familiar with each other, and they have a bit of a rivalry. I don't know what it is with Nigerians and South Africans, but there's a little bit of a friendly rivalry going on, which is always fantastic to see. It always brings the emotions to the game, and we always have to be on top of our game whenever we meet these guys. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see. From Nigerian side, of course, they will be missing Osimhen, right? He apparently will not be part of the match, and they also won't have Nathan Teller, who is also not going to be part of the match as well. But Nigeria has a lot of depth. I don't even think that's going to affect them too badly because they have a lot of depth. They have a lot of depth, guys. It's not going to affect them too much. Let's be honest. They still have Volukman, who's had a fantastic season, of course, in the Europa League, stopping Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso's, machine that's going on all cylinders right now, So, yeah, it was absolutely fantastic to see, what Lukman has been doing in the Europa League. And that should be a matter of concern for the South Africans. Because, they're going to have the work cut out for them, especially in the defense, right? And from South Africa's perspective, of course, they won't have Grant Kekana, who has been pulled out, and I believe they have replaced him with Given Msimango. So that's also going to be very, very interesting to see. Lyle Foster, of course, coming back. It's actually quite funny when I think about it now, because Nigeria, during the AFCON, South Africa didn't have their number 9, and Nigeria had theirs. And now for the qualifiers, Nigeria doesn't have their number 9, and South Africa just recovered theirs, So Lyle Foster, of course, as I said, coming back, will want to prove a point as well, especially after his absence from the AFCON and what happened. And we'll be hoping to come back firing all cylinders as well. There's also some very, very exciting inclusions in the form of Mofokeng, of course, and Maswangai, who are playing very, very well for Pirates. So it's fantastic to see those guys coming through as well. And man, I think it's going to be a really, really exciting match. A lot on the line, of course. As we said, it is a qualifier, right? It is a FIFA qualifier, and I don't know what it is. Why does it seem to keep on happening that Nigeria keeps coming up against South Africa? It's like somebody just enjoys watching this match, right? Somebody just really, really enjoys watching this match. We do too, of course, although it does seem like Nigeria does seem to usually get the better of South Africa, and I think that that's just down to the fact that Nigeria does have quite a few players that they have that play overseas. As we mentioned, your Siemens, your Lukmans, Awobis, there's just so many players who play for really, really good teams and really, really good leagues, right? And if you're looking at from South Africa's perspective, their player who plays for, I'd say, the biggest league was Lebo Motiba, but right now his contract just ended with Strasbourg in France, unfortunately. Lyle Foster was playing in the Premier League last year, but his team did get relegated and they're back in the Championship this year, right? So it'll probably be Godisang, I guess, in that case, right? Godisang plays in the Portuguese First Division, but he's not even being considered for the national team. So it is a little bit weird why there's some players that just get looked over, and Godisanga unfortunately is one of those. But it's great to have Bongezana, who's also had a fantastic season, of course, winning the league in Romania with his FCSB team. And there have been a lot of reports about him being wanted in, countries like France, and, there's a lot of teams that want him. So hopefully he can also make a move to a bigger team as well. And he was on the team sheet of the year as well. And Giftlinks also, when you go, we consistently keep getting picked. Giftlinks also had a magnificent season. Was in the team of the season, and also provides a great option in the left back position. Really fast, and going forward is also really good. But yeah, I think our boy just has to just keep pushing, and hopefully his call up will come up soon. And we are looking forward to this match. I really don't want to do predictions. But I have to. So for this one, I think South Africa is in a really good space right now. The team is really looking balanced. They don't have too many players that play overseas. Of course, the ones that we did mention are Lyle Foster, Ngezana, of course, Pepelo Setole. Percy Tau, we can't necessarily say it's overseas. He still plays on the continent, even though it's not really South Africa. But he is still playing internationally, I guess, with that being said. So there's like 4 international players, I think, right? And a good number of them play for Sundowns also, which is what helped them in the AFCON. So it's kind of like synergy versus superstar again, right? So we'll see what prevails. This time around, I don't know how Nigeria is going to play without Osimhen, right? They do have a lot of depth, but they do rely on him a lot. It's kind of like in the Brazil situation where they had players like Willian and a lot of talented players, but they overly relied on Neymar, right? So let's hope Nigeria doesn't necessarily fall into the same trap. But for the predictions, I'm going to go 2-1 to South Africa, man. I'm going to go 2-1 to South Africa. I think that, these guys are in a good space. They're probably going to score 1, and Nigeria's going to come back, and, with Mufuking is going to come on and he's going to score like he did against Sundowns, right? But yeah, you guys tell me your predictions. I'd love to hear those as well. And of course, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well. We are on our road to 500. So thank you all those who have subscribed. And I'd like to plead with you all to please keep subscribing. We're almost there, guys. And like the video as well. It does help with the algorithm. Until next time, everyone, I will see you in the next episode of The Corner Flag.